Hi Year 2, it's Miss Addy. Our learning question for maths today asks us, can I identify faces on 3D shapes? Our steps to success say, I can locate where faces are on 3D shapes, I can count the number of faces on a 3D shape, and I can identify whether a shape's face is flat or curved. Our first star word is 3D shape. Now 3D shapes is the topic that we're learning about this week. We also have the word three-dimensional. We found out about this word yesterday and we're going to revisit this word soon. We also have the word face. Now I don't mean face like the face on your face, but face is a type of property on a 3D shape. We're going to find out what this means later on. And we have the words flat and curved, which are going to be used to describe faces on 3D shapes. What is a 3D shape? Can you think back to yesterday's lesson and remind yourself, what is a 3D shape? What does this mean? 3D shapes are shapes that are three-dimensional. Can you say that? Three-dimensional. That means that these shapes have 3 dimensions. They have length, they have width, and they have depth. 2D shapes only have 2 dimensions. 3D shapes have 3 dimensions. 2D shapes are flat, whilst 3D shapes are solid. Here is a poster about shapes. You can see some 2D shapes and you can see some 3D shapes. Pause the video and read the shape names and see what you can remember about these shapes. So yesterday we learnt about some 3D shape names. Can you remember these 3D shape names? Pause the video and see if you can remember them. Well, here's a little clue. We've got all of the 3D shapes names here. We've got the name square-based pyramid, cuboid, cylinder, cone, sphere, cube, and triangular-based pyramid, but they're all jumbled up. I wonder if you can match the shape name to the correct 3D shape. Well done if you got it correct. So the first shape is a sphere, the second shape is a cube, the third shape is a cone, the fourth shape is a square-based pyramid, the fifth shape is a cuboid, the sixth shape is a cylinder, and the last shape is a triangular-based pyramid. Now think back to last week when we were learning about 2D shapes. We know 2D shapes have vertices and they have sides. Now a vertex is the point where 2 sides meet, and a side is the line segment that joins 2 vertices in a shape. That all sounds very, very confusing, but it's very easy to count the sides and vertices on 2D shapes. That's the properties of 2D shapes. This week we're thinking about the properties of 3D shapes. So do you think 3D shapes also have sides and vertices? No, of course they don't, because we know 3D shapes are different to 2D shapes, which means they have different properties. So today we're learning about faces on 3D shapes. So our star word is face or faces. Now a face is a flat or curved surface on a 3D shape. So here we can see the shape is a cube, and around the cube in this red oval you can see the face. Now there's more than one face on a cube, but the face is just the curved or flat surface. Now the cube has got flat surfaces. Let's work out the number of faces on our shapes. Now shapes can have either flat faces or they can have curved faces. So what shape have we got here first? We have a sphere. We learnt about spheres yesterday. Do you think there are any faces on a sphere? There is a face on a sphere. There is one curved face. So as we know, spheres are curved. It has one face and one face only, and it's one curved face, which means it has 0 flat faces. Remember, a face is the surface, so it only has one curved face. Here we have a cube. Now, cubes have many faces on them. Do you think they have any curved faces, like the sphere? No, I can't see any curved faces on a cube, but I can see many, many flat faces. It's quite tricky to count the faces on a cube. It's a lot easier when you hold a cube and then you can work it out and find them yourself. But we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flat faces on a cube. How many curved faces? None, 0. Our next shape is a cuboid. Now, cubes and cuboids are very, very similar. Slight differences, but usually they're very similar. So we're going to have a look at their faces. Can you see any curved faces on the cuboid? No, just like the cube, there are 0 curved faces, but there are lots of flat faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flat faces, 0 curved faces. This is the same as the cube, so they have very similar properties. Here we have a cylinder. Can you see any faces on a cylinder? Are there curved faces, or are there flat faces, or are there both? What do you think? Here we've got 2 flat faces. That means these surfaces are flat. If I was to try and touch them with my hand, it would go across in a flat motion. So we have 2 flat faces on a cylinder, and we have 1 curved face. So this face is curved, and there is 1. So in total, we have 3 faces on a cylinder. What shape do we have now? We have a cone. Can you see any faces on a cone? Are they flat or are they curved, or both? So this face on the cone, this is a flat face. There is 1 flat face here. Again, if I was to try and touch this cone with my hand, I could move across it in a flat motion. There's a flat face on a cone, but going all the way around it, there is 1 curved face. So a cone has 1 flat face and 1 curved face. It has 2 faces in total. What shape do we have here? We have a square-based pyramid. Can you see any faces on a square-based pyramid? Do you think they're flat or do you think they're curved? No, they are definitely flat. There aren't any curved faces on this shape. Let's count for the flat faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Square-based pyramids have 5 flat faces and 0 curved faces. So your task for today, Year 2, is I'd like you to match the 3D shape to the correct description. You might need to find some real-life examples of 3D shapes to help you. So you could find those shapes in your house or in your school to help you count the faces. Because usually it will help if you find a shape and you can touch the faces and count them yourself. So here are some descriptions. Or descriptions say 1 curved face and 2 flat faces. 1 curved face and 1 flat face. 1 curved face. 6 flat faces, and they are square shaped. 6 flat faces, they are square and rectangular shaped. And 5 flat faces, which are square and triangular shaped. And here are the 3D shapes. So each of these descriptions describes the faces of one of these shapes here. So they could be describing the sphere, the cube, the pyramid, the cylinder, the cuboid, or the cone. So you need to match the correct description to the shape. And then your challenge is, which 3D shape has the most number of faces? And which 3D shape has the least number of faces? Enjoy your task for today, Year 2. Goodbye.